creating cultural awareness and understanding. This is Culture Clique. Culture Clique is written and produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University.
As we enter into cold and flu season, Culture Clique takes you to Bluff Country Co-op for a do-it-yourself cough syrup class with Donna Kamann from Tincture of Thyme Healthcare. Donna talks with us about Tincture of Thyme Healthcare, which she is bringing to Winona soon, and also walks us through the process of making your own cough syrup. I'm Bill Stoneberg with Donna Kamann on Culture Clique. I'm here with Donna Kamann, and we're down here at Bluff Country Co-op. She just did a class on do-it-yourself herbal medicine making cough syrup. And Donna is from Tincture and Thyme Healthcare, which she's starting here in Winona, and she's also a certified nurse practitioner. Thanks for joining us today, Donna.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Sure, and nice to have you on the show. And I was kind of curious. We were talking before, and you said Tincture and Thyme is something you're starting up here in Winona that's new. How did you first get involved in herbal medicine and remedies?
Yeah, so I'm a nurse practitioner, and I've been practicing for 25 years. And 2.5 years ago, I retired, and I have been just dipping my toe in the world of plant medicine. I had not had a lot of exposure up until a couple of years ago. And the more I learn, the more I love it. I really like the idea that people can get things that are local, that are simple, that come from whole plants that help you get better.
Right. I like that. Simple, and I like the local thing a lot too. That's pretty cool. And then Tincture of Thyme, like you said, that's a new thing that you're starting here in Winona, and that you're going to have a physical space. When might we see something like that?
I'm hoping by the 1st of February. The building is in the middle of remodeling, and so I'm getting the business structure together right now, and I hope to be taking appointments at the early part of next year. And it will be a space for healthcare. I will be selling some products, but more importantly, I'll be seeing patients.
Okay, great. Well, I think you might have gained a patient here today. I really enjoyed the class, so yeah. And then, I was thinking about the name Tincture of Thyme, and tinctures, maybe everyone might not be familiar with that is. Can you tell us a little bit about what a tincture is?
Sure. Yeah. So a tincture is a small amount of something. That's where that word comes from. And I'll tell you a little of the background about where the name came from. So when I worked in the clinic and people would come in to see me, oftentimes what they had would get better with time. It just takes time, but people needed to know that they were going to heal. And so we would use the term, just take a little tincture of thyme and this will heal. And as I've gotten involved with plant medicine, thyme is an herb that's very powerful. It's a small herb, but I thought tincture of thyme represented both the plant world and the healing properties of thyme, T-I-M-E. But a tincture in the medicinal world, you can use alcohol or vinegar or vegetable glycerin to extract the medicinal properties from the plant. And so you let the plant sit in the liquid for 2 to 4 weeks or longer and then strain it, and it's called an extract or a tincture.
So it's kind of drawing those properties out that you want and something you can mix in with other things.
Right, and unlike pharmaceutical medicine, you're not extracting one thing and reducing it. You're taking all of the plant properties. So they're more balanced. There's less side effect, and they're not as strong. They don't work as quickly, but they're very effective.
So today, we were making cough syrup. Can you tell our listeners just a little bit about the basic ingredients and what they do, what their function is?
Sure. So this is a horehound cough syrup, and horehound is an herb. It's a bitter herb, and it's something I remember from my childhood. My great-grandfather used to suck on horehound cough drops, and I remember the taste of them. They're kind of nice. So horehound is a cough suppressant. It's also an expectorant. If you see that word a lot, it just means it helps break up phlegm so that you can cough it up a little easier. So horehound is the basic ingredient, but all of the ingredients in the syrup are medicinal, and they're all very healthy. So there's honey in there, and honey is antiviral and also very soothing to your lungs and your airway. And there's slippery elm, which comes from the red elm tree. And it's a wonderful herb. It's nutritional, and it's also very soothing to the throat. There's a little tiny bit of lime juice in there, which is good for everything, and then a little tiny bit of brandy as a preservative.
Okay, great. And then the slippery elm, I'm kind of curious because you passed a little bit of that around and we chewed on it a little bit. I really enjoyed that. Do they have that here at the co-op?
Well, so we just got some, the co-op was very good about ordering some herbs for this class, but they're available to anybody now. So there's horehound here, and there's also slippery elm. The slippery elm is powdered, and I passed around some that I had harvested this spring, the little pieces of the inner bark of the slippery elm tree, and we can chew on that, but the powdered stuff you'd have to mix in water, which would be fine. So you could, you can get that here now.
Okay. Is it difficult to make your own cough syrup, like the recipe that we just made? Is it, well, I mean, I know because I just saw it, but just for our listeners, is it difficult to make or is it pretty easy?
It's super easy to make. Yeah, I love the kitchen, so some people don't cook and it would be a little bit more difficult, but really easy to make. You just take the horehound herb, simmer it in water for 20 minutes, strain it out, reserve the water. Reduce the water down a little bit further so it's just a little bit more, a little stronger. Add honey to it, add the slippery elm, the lime juice, and the brandy. Stir it up and bottle it.
All right. And about how long does it last for then on the shelf?
I think in the refrigerator you can use it for a year. It'll be good.
Oh, wow. Great. So you can make a batch and it'll last all season, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And good Christmas gifts too, I think, yeah.
Ooh, good idea. Perfect timing for that. Indeed. And then also I'm thinking about the taste, maybe we should tell our listeners how it tastes because, I think cough syrup and I'm like, I'm not a big fan. But this with the honey in it, I enjoyed it, Can you change the flavor if you want as well? Can you add things to it or is that not recommended?
Sure, yeah, you absolutely can. So the horehound is the bitter herb and the honey sweetens it up. It has a unique flavor. I happen to like the flavor. And I think it's because of my childhood and eating those cough drops with, a bit, you could add ginger to it to improve the flavor if you wanted that. You could add cinnamon. None of that would hurt it at all, yeah.
Okay. Would ginger help it at all? Or, help you take it in?
So ginger is a warming spice and herb, and ginger will help your body use the herbs actually more efficiently. So adding ginger would be great.
Okay. And then can you make it, like, if you have a really bad cough, can you make it stronger or, different elements? Or does it just work on its own as it is?
You could take a bigger dose of it. The other thing you could do is just make a horehound tea. So you could take the dried herb, which the co-op now has a stock of also, and just make a very strong tea out of it. Add honey to taste and sip it throughout the day.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Tea is always good, especially when you're sick. It feels good. And then, just since we are heading into cold and flu season, are there other remedies that people can make at home and stuff like that you might recommend? Just point people in the right direction?
Sure. So, so going into the cold and flu season, one of the most important things is to just be healthy to begin with and keep your own immune system boosted by having good nutrition, good sleep, get some fresh air every day. Just those basic things that keep you healthy. Limit your sugar intake because viruses love to eat sugar. And so healthy diet is the most important thing. There are a couple of things that are really good for boosting your immune system. Echinacea is one of them. Elderberries is one of them. Garlic is very good. It's an antiviral. So some simple things like that.
Okay, cool. Is there are there like good resources out there that we might be able to direct people to if they want to learn more?
Oh, sure. Yeah, the library is so good. There's a number of good books at the library, but there is a beginner herbal book by Rosemary Gladstar that's called Beginning Herbal, and there's a copy at our library here in Winona, and that's an excellent resource. Yeah, there's a course online. You can find all kinds of information, possibly too much, but yeah.
Okay, so just search around and head to the public library, huh?
Sure, yeah. I'm a public library fan, absolutely.
Yeah, I like books as opposed to the screen. I agree. What if someone wanted to get into actually studying herbal medicine and making stuff and kind of go down that path? Where would you recommend they start out?
Oh, that is a great question. I started studying through Rosemary Gladstar's online program, The Science and Art of Herbal Medicine. There's another wonderful resource online called Herb Mentor or learningherbs.com, a really good resource. There's a couple of people locally that are practicing herbalists. There's a lot of information in the herbal world that's available online right now, a lot of good herbal programs. You know, I've had a number of people say to me, and I think there's value in this, just learning like 10 or 12 common herbs you can do so much with, so it doesn't have to be huge. But you look at local herbs, local things that grow easily, like thyme, like chamomile, like lavender. There's just a number of things that are simple and easy to use that are effective.
Right. Okay. That's encouraging. Especially, personally, I think I want to start an herb garden next year. So I'm looking to see what I could put in there that I could use all year. So.
Yeah. Like, who was Crosby, Stills and Nash? So you need rosemary, thyme, sage. All the good cooking herbs all have medicinal qualities. So, and I think a lot of people. It's easy to generalize as our world becomes smaller, but it's nice to use the herbs that are native to your history. Like, I'm Italian, so those herbs resonate with me. But if I was from Southeast Asia, I might find myself using other herbs that would be warming herbs or, just different depending on your history.
Yeah, your history and maybe your environment you grew up in. And okay, cool. That's, I think that's part of the beauty of like holistic stuff is, taking a look at everything that comes into play together, right?
Yes, absolutely. And connecting to the natural world. We talked about this a little bit in the class, but, our bodies cannot synthesize vitamins and minerals from the sun, and we don't have roots in the earth pulling up minerals, so we are relying on plants to give us those things. So it's we have to work closely with our plant allies.
What would you say is the biggest and kind of maybe the most important benefit to like herbal medicine and home remedies and stuff?
I think that they support our body's own desire to be well, and we all have the ability to heal. Our bodies want to be healthy, and I've worked with very sick people, and I've seen them get better by sheer will, and it's easy to take medicine, pharmaceutical medicine, hoping that you'll get better quickly. But really, better quickly isn't as important as better for the long run. We just want to be healthy in general. And our own bodies will do that with good nutrition, good lifestyles, and the support of the natural world. So connect with those plants. They are here to help us be well, and we're here to help them be well as well.
Good advice. I like that. So, Tincture of Thyme. So that's coming soon here in Winona. Where can people go if they want to find out more? Is there a place online yet or anything like that?
There's a website that is being built at this moment. It's almost ready, but it won't be probably live until sometime in December, I think. And then probably by then we'll be ready to take appointments for the early part of the new year.
Okay, so maybe after the first of the year we can start looking for Tincture of Thyme online and find out more?
That'd be great, yes.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you, Donna. I've been here with Donna Kamann. She's just did a class on making your own cough syrup here at Bluff Country Co-op, and she's starting up Tincture of Thyme Healthcare here in Winona, so we're looking forward to that. And thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And now, here's the Horehound cough syrup recipe that Donna talked about. And this recipe is adopted from the medicinal plants of the Mountain West by Michael Moore. The ingredients are as follows: 1 ounce horehound herb, 2 cups filtered water, 2 cups raw honey, juice of 1 lime, 1/2 cup brandy, and 1.5 teaspoons of powdered slippery elm. Place horehound and filtered water in a pan, cover, and bring to a simmer for 20 minutes. Now strain and squeeze out the horehound, reserving liquid. Compost spent herb. Return liquid to the stove and simmer gently, uncovered, until liquid is reduced to 1 cup. Add 2 cups raw honey to the liquid and heat very gently just until the honey and liquid are happy together. Remove from heat, add the brandy, lime juice, and slippery elm. Bottle in a clean bottle, cap, and cool to room temperature. Refrigerated, this syrup will keep for 1 year. So you want to shake the syrup before use. Avoid it in children under age 1 because of the raw honey. For little tots, make the syrup with maple syrup instead of honey. And this won't keep quite as long, so use your best judgment. And that's one way to make your own cough syrup. And as always, if your cough persists for more than 2 weeks or you develop shortness of breath, please see a doctor. Thanks again to Donna Kamann from Tincture of Thyme Healthcare for joining us today on Culture Clique. To keep up on all things Winona and the surrounding area, tune into Culture Clique Thursdays at 12:30 right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from Donna Kamann on Culture Clique.
Creating cultural awareness and understanding. You've been listening to Culture Clique. Support for Culture Clique is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Culture Clique is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. For more information, look us up on the web at kqal.org. And thanks for listening to Culture Clique.
Are you interested in all things Winona and the surrounding area? Find podcasts of Culture Clique and all your favorite KQAL shows at kqal.org. Culture Clique is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.